I'm going to try to keep this video brief and to the point, because this video isn't about me. It's about promoting other creators I enjoy. So let's talk about me. Most content that gets featured on YouTube bores the shit out of me. Let's Players all run together reading the same book of internet buzzwords and memes over and over alongside games that I'm tired of the moment I see them. Vlogs do very little for me because truthfully I don't give a shit about the day-to-day lives of people that I don't know and realistically will never meet. Short-form content as a whole is an art form I don't usually respect, since the vast majority of it is stuff you forget about as soon as you're done watching it, and it's usually weak attempts at absurdist humor that you can see coming from a mile away. If you want to make a good career in comedy, stop putting your punchlines in the title! 9 times out of 10, I just use YouTube to find new music. Especially in genres that are inherent to the website, like mashups, covers, and Space Jam remixes. When I sit down to actually divulge some of my attention to this website, instead of following the norm of using it as background noise, I'll usually watch video essays or educational channels from creators with well-crafted, interesting presentation styles. Now, of course, other stuff swoops into my radar every now and then. There's comedy channels that I like, there's some cartoons and animations I've enjoyed, and there are some standalone videos on here that are really, really well made. And YouTube poops are still the best content this website has ever produced, and I will fucking fight people to the death over that claim. Anyway, here's 5 channels that I've been watching for years who all have less than 15,000 subscribers. Each of them either does something totally unique or tackles something you can regularly find on YouTube in a creative way. First up is INFOCHAMMEL with 11,900 subscribers. INFOCHAMMEL is the brain project of a Mr. Davey Force, who's a computer graphics artist and video animation, or as he calls it, antimation director. I first found him because I discovered he did the title card for Tim and Eric Awesome Show Great Job, one of my favorite shows of all time. And the man has created his own self-contained art project about a hyperactive, half-logical television channel designed to do little more than completely bombard your senses and stuff self-promotion down your throat.
The #1 unscrambled, re-scrambled, Unicorp Republic HD 365 24/7 11,000 semi-regulated hyper-dimensional digital broadcast platform in the universe. INFOCHAMMEL, serving all 12 continents and near-Earth space platforms.
INFOCHAMMEL is better side-eye content than any and all live streams. INFOCHAMMEL is one of the most visually interesting video series I've ever seen. INFOCHAMMEL physically hurts to watch with its garish colors and non-stop movement and soul-evaporating transitions, and yet I can never look away. Imagine if the internet, modern capitalism, and sensory-based entertainment all found a way to communicate directly to your brain, and its only message is to make sure you don't begin to question that maybe all this stuff is bad for you.
My God, no joke. I went out and bought a TV that day. It's been INFOCHAMMEL ever since.
I'd reached the pinnacle of my career and business was booming, but something was off. Turns out the only thing off was INFOCHAMMEL. Once I turned it on, well, I turned on a whole new way of subliminal video learning with Technolock. Now I turn everyone on to INFOCHAMMEL.
There is a lot of dense info to unpack watching INFOCHAMMEL, and it goes from top to bottom with creativity and pace changes. The more you watch it, the more INFOCHAMMEL makes sense, and the more you begin to see both what they're parroting and taking inspiration from. But at the end of it all, it doesn't really go anywhere, which is in essence its point. Next, we've got 2 music channels back to back. First up is Sick Shadow, who's got 12,000 subs. Back in college, I was discussing how good Resident Evil 5 was with one of my friends. I was telling him how Chris Redfield had this really weird way of saying thanks in the game. He goes like, "Ooh, thanks. Ooh, thanks. Thanks." My friend said he didn't really notice it, so I went to YouTube and I searched Chris Redfield thanks. And I found this.
I should have killed you years ago.
Go!
Thanks.
Give me an egg.
Thanks. I need ammo. Thanks.
Give me an herb.
Thanks.
Give me a grenade.
Thanks. Thanks.
Oh, this is pretty good, I said, and then I subscribed. I was a little young young college boy. I sub to nearly anything remotely related to my stupid childish interests. Little did I know that this channel would be consistent and keep going and evolve and adapt and grow on this formula. Although the uploads are kind of infrequent, Six Shadow pumps out remixes of Resident Evil games over the most inane and forgettable lines of dialogue you can imagine. And every time, they are fucking jams.
Mayday! Mayday!
Thanks.
You just died already? You're making me look bad. Who do you think got this entire operation on the ground? Research like this doesn't focus up, you know. Yet everyone will stand on me, but not anymore.
Billion crimes of acting will class a new commit. Global restoration.
He's also got a bit of a funny bone, fucking with the games to work in some jokes every now and then.
I'll get the elevator moving. Sit tight.
Where's the damn elevator?
Let me clarify something for you.
Hold still, Wesker.
I don't think of myself as a planet.
Shit! Grass!
He's got a large selection of remixes to choose from, but the Resident Evil ones will always be my favorite. Second musical channel is Tack Dagger. Taku Dagger. Take Dagger? Taku Dagger? I have no idea how to pronounce it. And hell, neither does the creator, because I messaged them on Twitter, and they don't even know. So I just say Tack Dagger. So Tack Dagger 408 at 6.65 thousand subs. I'm going to preface this now. Tack Dagger may be a YouTube poop channel, but they elevate the art form to something totally new and different that I think anyone can appreciate. You don't need to be knee-deep in recurring YouTube poop memes or even care for the chaotic editing to appreciate their videos. These videos are entertaining to watch entirely on their own. Tack Dagger has created, and I'll say created until someone else proves me wrong about this fact, but they've created a new genre called YTMPs. YouTube musical poops. What does that mean? Nothing much. Except they set entire full-length episodes of King of the Hill to songs carefully constructed to fit alongside the episode and give it a continuous beat. Let me just play this video in its entirety. It's only a minute long, but I think it perfectly captures what I'm talking about and how much pride and effort goes into every one of Tack's creations. There's much more talent here than just shuffling a bunch of clips together to create nonsense, or green screening in all the memes that you can rip off of YouTube, or sentence mixing to make someone say stupid jokes. Every creation sounds good even without the video. They're standalone drum and bass songs with the added benefit of taking their audio samples from King of the Hill and using the show itself to provide visual flavor.
Do you know what the heck this is? I found it in the closet to burn. What? It's the single greatest video game ever invented. So, zombies? Drugs? Nope. Video game. So what am I up against here? 2 lines and a dot. That's it. That's it. That's the whole game. It's tennis. It's even because you don't know how to put English on it.
And speaking of visual flavor, often hidden in those clips are visual jokes. So you even get a little treat if you decide to watch along with the frantic industrial sounds.
She is not my mother. Hell, we went to kindergarten.
Hey, Hank.
finger me. Everyone thinks you're party too, Bobby. I'm having fun.
Wife divorced you.
Doc Future 1. 12.2 thousand subs as of the time of this video. I'm just going to call him Doc Future. And they are very likely in my top 10 favorite channels of all time. Unfortunately, the channel seems pretty inactive for the last 4 years, but what is here is very special. Doc Future is sort of his own expanded universe, but based entirely on a reality of references you don't understand. Some that you do, and some that are turned into something that you don't comprehend. It's hard to describe Doc's videos in a bubble because while they do stand on their own individually, you get a real feel for what he's creating when you watch his videos back to back. Doc's videos exist in this weird subconscious blend of giving you exactly what they promise while blindsiding you with things that you can't see coming, but those things still make sense. The videos establish their own kind of context, their own kind of world. You get it. What he puts in there makes sense, but it's also really random. It's hard to describe, but it feels good every time you watch it, and especially if you get into it. Here, I'll give you a little guided tour to start simple. Pro Speedrun, Shatterhand Area A in 1414. Now, what do you think this video is about? Shatterhand is an NES beat-em-up. And this seems to be a speed run of the first area, Area A. And done in about 14 minutes. Okay. Sounds simple enough. Let's check out his speed run. It's not a speedrun. It is a remix of the theme song from Shatterhand's Area A, but set to stock footage of people grooving out from God knows where half of these sources are from, looped for 14 minutes. That's close enough. That's even better in my opinion. What do you think the video Prom Night is about?
Well, my sweet darling, you've come very far. All alone at Lover's Lane in my car, sipping on spirits from my father's bar. I'm so in love that I feel in my Garfield. Bitch, I look like Garfield. I look like Garfield. Let me pop that top off. Let me show you how a jar feels. Bitch, I look like Garfield. Let me at the nipples. Girl, let's make a sandwich, cause you know I brought that pickle.
Did you guess a music video mashup of the DuckTales Moon theme with Space Jam about Garfield? Of course you did. Simple and clean, Gosselin mix. R.I.P. Walton Disney.
You do that in China, but you can get your ass killed out here, man. I'm gonna show you real music.
You smile at me right through your teeth, baby. You are so sweet with your web feet. Oh girl, don't get me wrong, I love you, but doesn't mean I have to be. Don't bother.
Yep, that's actually exactly what you get. Doc Future's channel is controlled chaos with a sprinkling of fun on top of everything. It's very musical, very rhythmic, and also just goofy all over. I'm sure you're all familiar with my love for fucking with the audience and pulling hard left expectations, but Doc Future is a master of this. Every video he makes is like a fortune cookie, but instead of cracking open a cheap little cookie with a condescending pacifism inside, you get something that'll probably stick with you and butter you up good with equal parts what the fuck was that and holy shit, this is awesome. Have you ever gotten a bowl of ice cream with multiple flavors in it, and two that are really different, like chocolate and vanilla or cookie dough and battery acid, and then it just sits there and it melts a little bit, and some of the colors begin to run together and blend, but some of the other colors, like, they just kind of swirl in a pattern, and the flavors are still separate enough to taste individually, but you also get some new tastes in there. If you turn that concept into content while substituting ice cream flavors for television, you have Doc Future's channel. And finally, last but certainly not least, Echo of Truth with 277 subscribers. Echo of Truth is a North Korean propaganda channel. That's about it. It's got some catchy songs. Let's join their Discord server. Ah, shit.